Yes, sir.
My Lord, we see that time escaped us because there are discrepancies as well in this document that was Exhibit R1 that was presented to us. There are 2 dates that are noted as the 17th of August, but if we compare with the original RR that was presented, that cannot be. So we need to clarify that aspect with the state. So because it's closer to tea time, we were suggesting that we resume at 2.
2 o'clock?
Yes.
What for?
So that we can sort this thing out with the state and then as well as further consult, because he was confused when we referred him to 2 dates of the 17th.
The prosecutor is confused.
The witness, my Lord, not the prosecutor.
Yes, Mrs.
We can easily resolve that. In the second reference to the 17th, it's a clear typing error. It should be the 20th, because the prosecutor then comes on record and says today is the 20th of August 2020. So that can be easily be resolved.
So what is the other confusion? Because he's talking about 2 dates.
That's now the 17th. The tab record refers to 2 days, the 17th, then the second date of the 17th, but the second date is clearly incorrect. Should be the 20th.
The next postponement is obviously the 20th.
Yes, 20th.
Mr. Rasmusipiri, what's the confusion about?
My Lord, the confusion is this. We're trying to verify the veracity of this document to extract the version from him as to what transpired on this date, because he'll be tripped up in cross-examination if we are not preparing him for this particular date, what transpired on that date in relation to the version that we have previously put before we even saw this document.
Okay, let's come back at 12 then.
As the court pleases, my Lord.
So we are on 12.
Mr. Mjiyako produced the card to Mr. Mukhan, to Sergeant Mukhan, not you.
Oh, umnumzana Mjiyako uye owakhipha ikaridi elibonisa umnumzana Mkhani uthi hayi ukuthi wena uwe owakhipha ikaridi. Umjiyako uyena owakhipha ikaridi ebonisa uMkhani. No, my Lord, I never met such, as I only started seeing Mjiyako on the 24th.
We are still on the 24th at Boxbeck.
Uthi yebo sisakhuluma ngalo ilanga lange-24 eBoxbeck. Yes, my Lord, and that was the first day when I saw him.
So, what is your comment regarding to what I've quoted from the record?
Manje wena uPaula uthini ngalokho umshushisi bese sekaqeda ukufunda manje lokho ukuthi uMkhani uphana ngobufakazi ukuthi uMjiyako uthe uyakumela nawe wavuma. No, my Lord, I do not know anything about that.
This part that I quoted to you, it was not disputed in court on the 6th of November 2020.
Lendaba le umshushisi aqeda kuyisho manje le yakaMkhani Mjiyako nawo ayizange iphikiswe la enkantolo ngaleso sikhathi uMkhani ephana ngalobo bufakazi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngeke ngikwazi ukuphendula lo mbuzo ngobuza ngomshushu esikose enkantolo ngoba ngichazile noma ngihleli lapha ziningi izinto ekhona enkantolo.
My Lord, I would not be able to comment on what the state is saying because as I am seated in the accused dock, there are a lot of things that are stated.
Now, let us just go back. At the time you testified that you were assaulted at that area in Orlando next to those ATMs, you indicated that you were poured with water. At some stage, you were bleeding through your nose.
My Lord, that's mischaracterization of evidence. The bleeding through the nose happened on the 18th at the dumping site, not at Orlando.
As the court, please. Oh. I was quoting the initial version, but let us go back to the still place where you said you were bleeding through your nose.
Asiyeke kule ndawo yentsimbi la wena uthe uye washawa futhi wawukade uphuma umongozi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have any blood stains on the clothes that you were wearing?
Kule impahla bokade uzigqokile uye watheleka igazi.
Ingakho Nkosi enkantolo isikipha sami ngithi impahla sami thatha umabhena kube impahla sami akayithathanga ngabe sikhona nama ngizokhombisa Nkosi enkantolo isikipha sami esiqoka ngaphansi efabhela ngoba ijacket babe ngikhiphile ngoba ijacket le kaseyile.
That is why, my Lord, I had said my T-shirt was taken by Mabena. If he would have not taken it, I would be able to show it to the court because they had removed the jacket, which was a silky jacket.
Now, let us move to the evidence of Colonel Rapadi on the 27th of October 2023.
Asiye kubufakazi buka Colonel Rapadu la ukuthi yena uphana ngobufakazi nge-27 zika October 2023.
And this was during the court interacting with the witness.
Ingalesikhathi inkantolo yayikade ilibele imkhuluma naye.
And I'll start quoting the proceedings of the 27th of October 2023. Right on top, court, no, but I am concerned about IPIT because those are the authorities, the inspectorate are the ones who investigate such a grievance. Is that not so? And then Mr. Rapadu, that is correct, my lord. Court, so IPIT, Mr. Rapadu, but it has never reported to me. It was never reported to me. He did not complain to me about being assaulted. I even took out his clothing. I should have seen marks on his body.
Kula ukuthi inkantolo iye yamtshela ke umnumzana uRapadu ukuthi amaphoyisa laba abazimele ababizwa phecelezi iIP lamaphoyisa abazimele ayikuthi bona baye bathathe izikhalazo zeyiboshwa bese ukuthi bayaziphenya ke ukuthi kwenzakeleni. Urapha inkantolo mayithi kuye iIPD yona ukuthi yayithathe lezo ikhalazo iyozibheka ukuthi umsolo wayekade ethini. Uraphadu yena uphendule ngokuthi Nkosi yenkantolo mina angizange ngisithole leso sikhalazo futhi naye umsolwa ngengambona emzimbeni angizange ngibone la bekade elimele khona futhi naye angazi ngasithola leso sikhalazo sokuthi wayekade elimele.
Nkosi enkantolo akazange ngibuze lo mbuzo leyo.
My Lord, he did not ask me such a question.
Bese kuba khona lapha futhi engixaka khona makuthiwa emzimbeni ngoba akaze ngigumule phambi kwakhe nje yena.
And I also get stunned when it said that he said he had seen me on my body, whereas I have never undressed in front of him.
And then the T-shirt, I want to clarify, when you appeared before Rapado, did you have that stained T-shirt as well?
Manje njengoba wawukade ufika kuyena uRapado, wawukade usafakele sesikipa ebesikade sithele kwegazi.
Kosenkantolo ngiyathemba ukuthi impahla amazinga phasa onganganazi impahla zokuthi impahla engaphathi ngigqokile kuyabanda ngigqokile kakhulu futhi.
My Lord, I believe the T-shirt was underneath as I was dressed since it was cold.
Ngeke futhi ngeke ngithi ngiyamkhombisa ngoba ngangishaba phambi kwakhe lelo langa le-19 azange enze nix ayikho into ayenza kimi.
And I would not even have tried or started showing him that I had bloodstains since I was assaulted in front of him and he did not say anything like that.
And that fact, that last line, I should have seen marks on his body. I even took out his clothing. It was not contradicted during examination by your advocate.
Manje nale ndaba le eyakhe uRapado njengoba ethe kube ngikubonile impahla zakhe ayizange ibuzwe futhi ayizange iphikiswe ngalesikhathi yena ephana ngobufakazi la enkantolo uRapado.
Kosenkantolo ngicela ungawuphenduli lo mbuzo ngoba mina ngibuza ukuthi uya kuphi lapho yakhona kosenkantolo.
My Lord, may I please not respond to that question because I do not know where is this question leading to.
So what you are saying now is that you appeared, I'll get back to that question, you appeared before Rapado with that bloody T-shirt.
Manje uthini uthi wena ufike kuRapado ubokade usafakele sasikipa ebesikade sinegazi.
Kosenkantolo mangifike ku station ngoba impahla zazimanzi ngangigumula ngizenele ngilala ngetracksuit le yayingemanzi nejacket.
My Lord, because when I got to the police station my clothes were wet. I took them off and hung them, and then I would sleep with a tracksuit that was not wet.
Mangivuke ekuseni ngiyaqonga ngoba kuyabanda angizazi ukuthi ngiyaphi ngithi ngiyobuya nina ngazi futhi.
And then in the morning I would get up and then get dressed and leave because I did not know where was I going to and when would I return.
Yes. You have not answered the question.
Uthi awumphendulanga umbuzo wakhe umshushisi. Umbuzo wakhe loyana lobe uthi kusho ukuthi wena uvele kuRapado ubokade ugqokele siyasikipa ebesisanegazi.
Yebo zingaphansi ngathi kwetracksuit nejacket.
Yes, the T-shirt was underneath the tracksuit and the jacket which I was wearing.
So when he says, I even took out his clothing, it cannot be true.
Manje kusho ukuthi akusilona iqiniso uma uRapado yena ethi uye wakukhumula.
Ukhuluma iphutha nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my Lord, that is not the truth. He is mistaken on that evidence.
Did you show him the T-shirt, even though it was inside?
Nangokho lesiyaskipa sasikade singaphakathi uye wambonisa sona.
Akazangathi kosenkantolo ngigumule nje mina futhi ayikho ingxoxo ngaba nayo naye kube mhlawumbe khona ingxoxo abanayo ayo ngangomkhombisa nkosenkantolo.
He never instructed me to remove my clothes and show him, and there was no conversation between myself and him. If there would have been a conversation between the two of us, then I was going to be able to show him.
Okay. So that particular aspect, now the court asked any matters arising from the court's question. That's when that issue was brought about taking off the clothes. It was never canvassed with the witness.
Manje ke inkantolo ngemva kokuthi ibuze ufakazi imibuzo iyabuza inkantolo kubameli nabashushisi ukuthi ukhona umbuzo na oyingathi mhlawumbe uvele ngemva kokuthi mina inkantolo sengibuze imibuzo. Akuzange kube nommeli oye wathi inkantolo mina ngicela ukubuza nawo lo mbuzo ukuthi uvele obokade ubuzwe inkantolo ngicela ukubuza kulokho.
Kosenkantolo ngicela ungabaphendulela abameli mina.
My Lord, may I please not respond on behalf of the defense attorneys.
Was the t-shirt wet?
Iskipa lesiyana sasikade simanzi.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyachaza ukuthi ikhathi bangithela ngamanzi ngafepha usethi neskipa ngiseneke mina ngisenze so efasteleni umoya uyangena futhi ngiseneke ngisenze so.
My Lord, I had mentioned that when they poured me with water, when I got to the police station, I would take off the t-shirt and hang it on the window, and then it would be dry due to the wind.
And akhumbule kahle Nkosi enkantolo nje iskipa sasingemanzi umzimba la ngapha mhla sikhuluma ngela angangithela ngakhona la kimi ngaphambili asikhulumi ngomzimba wonke.
And may the court bear in mind that I do not mean the whole t-shirt being wet. The t-shirt was not wet at the back. The t-shirt was wet in front where I was poured with water.
You also indicated that you were wearing a vest underneath. Was the vest also stained with blood at some stage?
Uthe wawukade ugqoke nevest ngaphansi. Leyo vest nayo yayikade ithelwe ngegazi.
Ukube mhlawumbe iskipa sefabhani soko mawuzokhombisa ukuthi bazefabhani zakho kanjani lezi eyiyelo engikhuluma ngazo Nkosi kodwa mawuzoyikhombisa ukuthi igazi maxoxe esikipeni ngeke lihlale lingayi evesteni ngaphansi ngeke lihlale lingayi.
If that Fabiani t-shirt was here, I would be able to show you, whereas in explanation, if blood would be staining the t-shirt, there is no way that it would not go into the vest.
Njengoba namanje ngiqoqa nje Nkosi enkantolo mangathelwa igazi liyangena liyakuphi liye kule vest engifake ngaphansi emhlophe.
As even now, my Lord, I am dressed in this blue t-shirt. If I could get a blood stain, it would surely go into the white vest that I am wearing.
And even the vest, you did not show it to Colonel Rapad.
Nevest nayo awuzange umbonise uKolonel Rapado.
Nkosi enkantolo ngithi ayikho ingxoxo ngabana nayo lobaba uRapado.
My Lord, I am still maintaining that there is no conversation that we had between myself and Colonel Rapado.
And then when you appeared in front of Mrs. Kronje, we still wearing the same clothes.
Uma ufika kumantshi ukronye wawukade usagqoke zona lezo impahla leziyana.
Nkosi enkantolo ngichazile kaningi lapha ngingenazo impahla zokushisa mina.
My Lord, I have confirmed a lot of times here in court that I did not have clothing to change.
Ingakho nje ngathi mangafuthi ngicela ukufona ngifuna ukufonela abasekhaya batshela ukuthi ngikuphi nanokuthi ngiboshiwe ngicela bethumele umuntu ozongangilethela impahla zolokho zokugqoka nento zokugeza.
And that is why upon my arrival I had asked that can I be afforded an opportunity to contact my family and inform them of my whereabouts, that I have been arrested. Can they send someone to come and give me clothes to change?
So you did not see a need to show the bloody t-shirt as well as the vest to Mrs. Kronje.
Manje naye umantshi masisofika kuye awuzange ubone isidingo sokuthi ukhumule umbonise igazi lelibekade likule skipa lesiyana.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyaphinda ukube umbuzo wawukhona ngangizomphendula.
My Lord, I repeat, if I was asked a question, then I was going to respond to that question.
When you made that report that you needed change of clothes as well as bath, was that not the moment to even point out the blood on your shirt as well as the vest?
Ngalesikhathi uzebe wenza lesiyasicelo sokuthi ucela ukugeza udinga neimpahla. Bekungasisona na isikhathi ebesikade simqoka ukuthi ubabonise ukuthi ngithi ngidinga ukushintsha impahla ngenxa kokuthi lezi zigcwele igazi.
Nkosi enkantolo namanje ngiyasho kube wangibuza ngangizombonisa mina.
My Lord, I am still maintaining that if I were asked, then I was going to show them.
Ngoba nokufona kwangicela kuwe angifonanga.
Because even the call that I requested to make, I was not given an opportunity to make that call.
So you made other requests out of your own will, but this important aspect of a bloodied shirt as well as a vest, you didn't want to volunteer it to the magistrate.
Manje wenze ezinye izicelo ebekade wena uzenzela zona. Kodwa le esemqoka yale skipa esinegas awuzange ufune ukuthi ake ngibonise nomantshi ukuthi nasi skipa manje sinegas.
Kosenkantolo ngiyawuphinda le answer ngithi kuyazange angibuzeni kube wangibuza yimi engicela usisi lo ehlele ngaphi nisithi ngicela ungisiza so ngisiza ngento zokugeza ungisiza ngokufuna.
My Lord, I am still repeating that I am the one that made that request to this particular lady. I have never been asked a question. I'm the one who requested from this lady.
But she did ask about you having any injuries.
Kepha uye wakubuza ukuthi kunala ulimele khona.
Akazange ngibuze Kosenkantolo.
No, my Lord, I was not asked.
Thank you. You further testify that at some stage, Gininda arrived with a gentleman in braces as well as Sergeant Mahola in a white BMW, and then Colonel Gininda opened the boot of that particular BMW and sat at the back.
Wena uye wathi uKolonel Gininda uye wafika ehamba nalo bekade fake ama crossband ehamba futhi no Sergeant Mahola la ukuthi wavula ke ibhuti emuva uKolonel Gininda wafika wahlala kuyo leyo bhuti.
Yebo.
That is correct.
And then Sergeant Mahola testified that that particular BMW, it was issued to her in 2021. What is your comment?
Sergeant Mahola yena uthe leyo BMW unikwe yona esiphoyiseni ngo-2021.
Kosenkantolo into engithanda ukukhuluma ngephoyisa. Iphoyisa lihamba ngemoto zestate eyiningi kabi. Akahambe ngemoto yodwa namanje Sergeant Mahola akahambe ngemoto yodwa.
My Lord, what I like is that we are referring to a police officer here who is driving a state vehicle, and they change state vehicles. Even now, Sergeant Mahola is not driving one vehicle.
Ngoba mina ngikhuluma ngento engangiyibona efika ngayo.
Because I am referring to what I saw him arriving on.
And that was the testimony of Sergeant Mahola on the 20th of November 2023 on page 76, line 23-24.
uSergeant Mahola lobo bufakazi ubwethule nyakenye nge-20 zika November ukuthi yena imoto leyana uyinikwe ngo-2021.
Kosenkantolo angimazi ukuthi imoto ayishonisa uye wazi ngangiphendule indaba yemoto engayazi Kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I do not know where she had taken the vehicle to. I would not be able to respond on that.
Okay. Now let us move to the issue of the 3 million that was allegedly offered. Where, when and where was it offered to you?
Asikhulume ngale yamali ke i3 million.
Yebo.
Le ewuthi bake bathi bangakunika yona. Bekade ekuphi nini ngalesikhathi ethi uzokunika leyo mali?
Isikhathi angisibona ngakho Kosenkantolo. Ngoba nakummeli wami ngasho ukuthi angisakhumbule ngangisePitori kwenye i-prostate angisayikhumbule kahle kahle.
Firstly, my Lord, I did not see the time and the police station as well. I am not certain. I did mention to my attorney as well that I do not remember which police station was I in. Whether was it in Pretoria or not, I am not sure.
It is evidence in this court that after the 19th of June 2020, you were taken to Primrose Police Station.
Bufakazi obulayo enkantolo buthi ngemva kwe-19 zika June wena ubukade uyiswe esiphoyiseni sase Primrose.
Ngiyathemba nalapha phambi Kosenkantolo ngithemba ngihlala ama-police station 2 bengihlaliswa ngapha nangapha ngeke ngisho ukuthi namhlanje ngizolalapha kusasa ngizolalapha. Yena ngangitshela ngalento ebhalwe yibo amaphoyisa mina ngibhalanga next.
I believe even here in court I did mention that I have stayed in 2 police stations, but the witness showing 4 fingers, and he says he does not know which police station was he staying at.
Was it 2 or 4 police stations?
Uthini ngoba uthe ngiyathemba ngithela enkantolo ngihleli kuma police station ayi2 kodwa imino wakade wenze kanje bewayi2 noma bewayi4 ama police station.
Ngithi ama-police station bengihlala kwenkosi enkantolo mina ayi4.
It's 4 police stations, my Lord.
Okay. Since I have the documents in front of me, let me help you. After the 19th, after the arrest at Puking, you were detained at Primrose Police Station.
uthi umshushisi ngoba unamaphepha laphayana kuye i-taxis ngemva kokuthi uboshwe ePhukeng wena uye wagcinwa estokisini ePrimrose.
And such extras of the occurrence book were before this court as Exhibit QQ.
Bese leyo nto ebhalwe ePrimrose inikezelwe njengobufakazi buka QQ.
Yebo.
Yes.
So I want to read what the record says on the 25th of January 2024, cross-examination of Brigadier Gininda.
Uthi ufuna ukufunda into eyukuthi ikhulunywe kulonyaka nge-25 zika January ibekade kubuzwa uBrigadier Gininda imibuzo.
It will be between line 1 to line 6 on page 22. The point that I am driving to is when he was taken to Primrose, he also came in Primrose. You met him there. I think the 20th. On the 20th, they met you there. That is when you, on that day, you apologized to him. You apologized to him, Ntanzi, for having been assaulted, and that is when you made a promise to him that you can offer. May I just confirm that? I will pause there.
Manje ufunda into ebekade ikhulunywa ummeli wakho ebuza uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi uye waya kuye ePrimrose ngisho uNtanzi wafika waxolisa bese wayenza isithembiso esithize nge-20 kuNtanzi ithi ngiyohlola ukuthi uthe isithembiso bekuyisithembiso esani noma esemalini.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo ufikile ke mba uGininda.
Yes my lord, he did come to me.
Ngoba wayesetholile zonke lezi zinto engishayela zona ukuthi hayi akusizona Nkosi enkantolo.
Because he had already gotten information that everything that he had assaulted me for was not correct.
And then the court said, pardon, Mr. Mngomezulu, may I just confirm with the accused how much it was offered?
Bese ke inkantolo ngalelo langa nge-25 zika January iye yathi ke angizwa kahle bese umnumzana uMngomezulu wathi ngicela ukuyobuza umsolwa ukuthi uthe imalini ebekade bamthembise yona.
Ngamtshela uMngomezulu ngathi 3 million Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes my lord, I had instructed Mr. Mngomezulu and told him that it was 3 million that was offered to me.
And Mr. Mngomezulu said, thank you. So, the point of correction is that you arrived at Pretoria Police Station.
Bese ke umnumzana uMngomezulu wathi ucela ukuphawula la indawo eyukuthi uye wafika kuyo uBrigadier bekade kuse Pretoria Police Station.
It was on a Sunday, a day before he was taken to the dentist.
Bekade kuyisonto ilanga ngaphambi kokuthi ayisiwe kudokotela wamazinyo.
But you came to see him on the 21st.
Wena ufike nge-21.
I believe because it was a Sunday.
Ngiyathemba ngoba kwakade kuyisonto.
That is where you apologized to him.
Kula uye waxolisa kuye.
You requested him to work with you.
Wamcela ukuthi asebenzisane nawe.
To cooperate, and that is when you offered him 3 million.
Esebenzisane nawe bese wena ke kula uye wamtshela ukuthi ungamnika u3 million.
Yebo ngiyezwa Nkosi enkantolo ko angichazela khona kodwa Nkosi enkantolo mina engakusho ngoba ummeli wami ukhona i-prestation ngisayikhumbuli kahle ama-prestation obengiphazamisa Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes my lord, what I only do not remember is the name of the police station. However, my defense is here and that is what I do not remember.
You offered him 3 million, okay. Just for the sake of complete, you offered him 3 million as long as he's going to make sure that he is implicating the right people.
Uthi ke ummeli wakho uye wathi kubrigadier uye wamthembisa imali elingana ne3 million ngokuthi nje yena uzawufuneka ukuthi asho abantu akubibona abathathe indima kuleli cala.
Yebo.
Yes.
So, yes. So the question that I wanted to get from you, or the answer is, this version, was it at Primrose, was it at Pretoria Police Station?
Into umshushisi afuna ukuyazi ukuthi le ndaba le ubewukade use Primrose noma wawukade use Pretoria Police Station.
Kosenkantolo sengikhuluma kabili ngithi mina ngangithe i-police station angisayikhumbula ama-police station ayangibebe ngiphazamisa ukuthi namhlanje ngikuphi namhlanje ngoba bengifika ebusuku azange angene e-police station emini.
My Lord, I have mentioned it twice that the police stations, they were confusing me as I do not know which police station was I in, since I never arrived at any police station during the day. I used to arrive at night.
But that is a very important aspect, sir. Why can't you remember the police station?
Kodwa indaba ebaluleke kakhulu leyo. Ungani ungakhumbuli i-police station?
Ngiyethemba lapha phambi kosenkantolo ngathi lapha ama-police station ngazi bengilala yena fela ngikhumbuza ngento ebhalwe ngumhane la ebhalwe kumhane umuntu oyangenisa ama-police station.
I believe I have also mentioned it here in court that I never recalled or remembered the names of the police stations. I believe the state is the one that could remind me of what was written by Mohani on the documents.
And then you were approached regarding this important aspect, and then that was the version that was put before court.
Bese ke wena ummeli uye weza kuwe ngalo lolu daba leli elale mali yiyo into ukuthi ummeli uye wayitshela inkantolo.
Yebo.
Yes.
So I put it to you that your fact that you have forgotten which police station was it is just mere fabrication, and you're just adjusting your version, say.
Utumshushisi uyakutshela ukuthi le ndaba leyo ukuthi wena ukhohlwe i-police station indaba ewuziqambela yona.
Kosenkantolo ngiyethemba lapha mina azange ngikhulume ngokuthi ama-police station alapha ngiyawazi ama-police station bengihlala kuwo.
I believe I've already testified, my Lord, that I never said I knew any of these police stations which I stayed in.
So mina nami ngasho ukuthi umshushisi ukhuluma iphutho kakhuluma ukuthi ngiqamba amanga phambi kosenkantolo.
And I can then therefore state that the state is also lying.
And I'm further putting it to you that this exhibit QQ was disclosed to your defense counsel. Hence, he came with the name pre-rose date before the dentist.
Uthi uyakutshela futhi nokuthi lobufakazi lobo kukhulunywa ngabo oboka QQ ukuthi bekade kutsheliwe bubonisiwe nabameli bakho ingakho baye bafika bakhuluma ukuthi ingalelanga usuku ngaphambi kokuthi uyisiwe kudokotela wamazinyo.
Ngiyethemba kosenkantolo nalapha ngicacisile ukuthi uginindi ufike kimi ngizovuka ngakusasa ngihambe ngephi ngizovuka ngihambe bengisapha bengisakhona.
My Lord, I believe I have also testified that Gininda came a day before I would have went to wherever they were taking me to.
So the version that was put to you to the court by your legal representative, Mr. Mngomezulu, is not correct.
Manje kusho ukuthi lento ewummeli wakho abekade ayisho la enkantolo akulona iqiniso.
Angishongo kosenkantolo lona iqiniso. Into esiphambanise ngayo i-police station igama le-police station ukuthi uMngomezulu akhuluma noqiniso qala ukuzwa ngawe.
My Lord, I never said it was not correct. The only difference was the police station. And the fact that you are saying it is not correct, it is my first time hearing it from you.
Okay.
Ngoba nalapha ngiqala nje ukudibana nobaba uRamsiphi nobaba uMngomezulu ngangalokho ngibatshena njalo ukuthi ama-police station amagama abo angiwazi ngicela befunela ama-police station bengihlala kuwo.
And even when I firstly consulted with Mr. Ramusipidi, I had informed him that can they please get me the names of the police stations because I do not know the names of those police stations.
Now you can justify such an omission. Now I should not ask it from Mr. Mngomezulu. Now you can justify it.
Uthi manje wena usuyayilungisa leyo ndaba leyo angasayibuzi umnumzana uMngomezulu njengoba wena sewuyichaza uthi uye wabatshela ukuthi awazi ama-police station.
Nalapha mako senkantolo ayikho igama le-police station angangasho nje ukuthi ukwi-police station so ukwi-police station so azange ngakhuluma ngalo nto leyo.
Even in my evidence, my lord, I never mentioned any police station name.
Exhibit QQ does not show that Gininda ever visited you and he has disputed that. What is your comment?
Kubufakazi lobu buka QQ akukho la kuboniswe ukuthi uGininda weza kuwe. Wena uthini ngalokho?
Nkosi enkantolo ngithi mina weza ke Nkosi enkantolo.
I still maintain that he did visit me, my lord.
Now let us proceed.
Asiqhubeke.
In both instances, in Exhibit HH and Exhibit JJ, the police came up with a version that has already been prepared and forced you to sign.
Manje wena uthi kubo bonke ubufakazi lobu buka HH nobuka JJ uthi amaphoyisa beze nento eseyibhalwe yibona abaqeda bakuphuqelela ukuthi wena uyisayine.
Ngisacela ngikhumbuze ngalezo zinto lezo zenze khona ukuphendula i-answer okuyiyona phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
May you please remind me of those exhibits so that I would be able to answer correctly.
Exhibit JJ is a confession that was made before Magistrate Cronje and HH before Colonel Rapado.
Uthi ubufakazi lobu buka JJ ilo kuyagunyuluka okwayenzwa kumantshi bese lobufakazi buka HH ilobu lokugunyuluka okwayenzwa ku Colonel Rapado.
Nkosi enkantolo ngamanje ngisaphinda ngithe mina lezi zinto lezi eyila angizenzelanga ukuthanda kwami.
My lord, I repeat that these things that were there, I did not do them freely and voluntarily.
Ngangishaya ukuze ngisayine lento ayikho into abangayikhuluma ngomlomo wami Nkosi enkantolo mina ukuthi babebhala ukuthini wakuthiwani phakathi nganthe angixhumani ngalezi zinto ezilapha phambi Nkosi enkantolo.
I have also mentioned that I did not write those documents, neither did I do them on my own free will, and I am not part of those documents.
Lapha phambi Nkosi enkantolo ngishilo nayezo ngathi uma kuyikuthi lento le yakhishwa yimi yabhalwa yimi fanele kube khona istatement sesiZulu kube khona esabaza sifunda ngesilungu nami ngifunde esami sesiZulu.
I have also mentioned even yesterday that if I was doing these things out of my own free will, my lord, I would have written a statement in Zulu, then they would have also written a statement in English.
And to this date, you do not know what is contained in those both confessions, JJ and HH.
Nanamuhla usathi awazi ukuthi kubhalweni kulobu bufakazi bobubini lokuyagunyuluka obwenzwe ku Rapado nalobu obwenzwe ku Cronje, wena uthi awazi ukuthi kubhalweni.
Namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngisasho njalo futhi ayikho into engidibanisa nayo angifuni nakwazi futhi ukuthi yini le.
Even now, my lord, I'm still maintaining that I do not know what was written on those documents, and I do not want to know, since I am not part of those documents.
So the police took documents to court that clearly do not even advance the state case.
Shukuthi amaphoyisa bona bazilethele nje amaphepha la enkantolo ayikuthi lawo maphepha ngeke asize ubushushisi ngalutho. Amaphoyisa balethe amaphepha ubufakazi oyikuthi ngeke busize ubushushisi ngalutho, ngeke busize ngalutho kuleli cala.
Nkosi enkantolo namanje nalamaphepha agcwele phambi komshushisi la mina ayikho into engidibanisa la phambi kwami anginaphepha lekho iphepha engifike nala ngakhombisa Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, even all the documents that are before the state, there is nothing that combines me with those documents, and I did not even bring a single document even before me.
And you know nothing about the contents of these documents.
When I was lutho ngalento ebhalwe kulamaphepha lawaya.
Namanje Nkosi enkantolo ngisaphendula ukuthi ayikho into engidibanisa nayo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, and I am still maintaining that there is nothing that I know and nothing that combines me with those documents.
Now let us move to Exhibit RR.
uthasiyeke kubufakazi buka RR.
Yebo.
Yes.
Do you recall when you gave your evidence on the 9th of February 2020?
Usakhumbula?
2024, sorry.
Usakhumbula uma uphana ngobufakazi bakho ngomsombuluko?
I think it was last week, Thursday or Friday.
NgoLwesine iviki elidlulile.
Yebo ngoba bengikholwa ngummeli wami.
Yes, as my defense was leading me.
Was Mr. Mjiyako representing you on the 18th of July 2020?
Umnumzana Mjiyako wayekade ekumele nge-13 July 2020.
Kuphi khona?
Where about?
At Tlhabane Magistrate Court
Uthi enkantolo yakamantshi yaseTlhabane
in Rustenburg.
eRustenburg.
Angisakhumbuli Nkosi enkantolo.
I do not remember, my lord.
But you told this court on the 9th of February 2024 that on the 18th of February 2020, you were in court, you did not go to court, and you did not see Mr. Mjiyako.
Kodwa wena uthe nge-18 zika February
1-3.
13
Yes.
nge-13 zika February uye enkantolo eTlhabane kodwa awuzange ungene nomnumzana uMjiyako awuzange umbone.
Nkosi enkantolo ngiyathemba mina la impendulo yami ngizolokhu ngiyiphendulile. Ngithe Nkosi enkantolo mina angisawakhumbula ama-date la ase-Rustenburg. Okwesibili Nkosi enkantolo bengiye ecourt lapha lamalanga la ngangiya ngawo angisawakhumbuli. Okwesibili ngangifika kuvalela nge-danger tape lapha ngathi angisakhumbuli ukuthi kahle kahle yiphi idate engaya ngayo yiphi idate engaya ngangifaka nge-danger tape.
Firstly, my lord, I did testify that I do not remember the dates in which I appeared in Tlhabane. Secondly, upon my arrival at Tlhabane court, it was cordoned off, and I do not remember on which dates did I appear in Tlhabane.
Mr. Ramos Sipil was very specific. See, 13 July 2020. In your answer, you even said 13 July 2020, I was not taken to court and I did not see Mr. Mjiyako.
Umnumzana uRamasipiti ukhulume ngqo ekhuluma ngelanga i-13 July 2020. Wena uma uphendula uthenge i-13 zika July wayiswa enkantolo kodwa awungenanga njengoba uchaza ukuthi kwakade kuvalwe ngama-danger tape. Angimbonanga umnumzana uMjiyako.
The date on which the witness said it was coded off with danger tapes, he said it was the 22nd of June 2020.
That's not the assertion. The assertion by Mr. Sibande is that you, Mr. Ramosipili,
Yes.
pertinently elicited that evidence that this witness on the 13th of July 2020, he never appeared in court and he never saw Mjiyako.
As the court please.
That's the evidence. It's not me saying that.
Yes. What is your comment?
Wena uthini ngalokho njengoba umshushisi athi umnumzana Ramusipili ukubuze ukuthi nge-13 zika July uye waya enkantolo kodwa wena uthe awuzange umbone umnumzana Mjiyako.
Nkosi enkantolo yebo mina ngizange ngimbona ngithi njengamanje ngiphambi kwenkosi enkantolo. Inkosi enkantolo mayiphuma ngomnyango lapha ummeli uzoza kimi la angitshela ukuthi endoda ngikhona so. Mina uMjiyako ngangimbone ngalokho nge-24 futhi ngeke kuze ngibuke umuntu ngihlale ngimbuke emehlweni umuntu ohleli lapha angazange enze ngisho kimi uzokhuluma nami ema-police station lapha engangihlala khona.
Yes, my lord. On that particular date of the 13th, I did not see him. As the court is seated here, when the court adjourns, my defense counsel would come to meet into the accused dock. However, on this appearance, Mr. Mjiyako never approached me, and I would not even focus on a person that was just sitting there in court
njengamanje aphambi kosenkantolo ke kwathiwa mina ngangimelelwa estate lo estate azange ngayibona mina ngiyazi nabuyazi nakwamhlalokho.
And as it was mentioned here in court that I had a legal aid attorney, I never even saw that legal aid attorney.
So let me get this right. Did you appear in court or not?
Akuchazela wavela enkantolo noma awuzange uvela.
Ngithe nkosenkantolo mina ngaya nge-13 zikaJuly. Kodwa angisikhumbuli noma ngangena phakathi noma angena ngoba kunamalanga labe ngiya kuvala ngedeja kepha amalanga angisawazi kahle kahle.
My Lord, I said I did go to court on the 13th of July. However, I do not recall whether I did go inside the courtroom or not, because there are some days when I arrived, the court was cordoned off.
So you were very specific. I'm talking about other days. I'm talking about this particular day. You were very specific in your answer. We can even listen to the record.
Uthi umshushisi wena wawukade uqondile ngempendulo yakho ngaleli langa le-13 July.
Okay? The one, the court recording in this court. Okay, listen there. It seems that the defense would like, or they would like us to listen to the record of the 9th of February 2024.
Yes,
Sengathi ummeli ufuna ukuthi kulalelwe ingxoxo esaba nayo nge-9 zika February.
What time is it?
It is 10:52.
10:52.
12:52. So it's 10 minutes to 2 o'clock.
I also want to listen to that, lest I be accused. You want to listen to it alone during the lunchtime?
No.
Oh, I see. I want to listen to it also. Right?